So one of the good ways to start, line up the best objections and how you counter them. Say in a face-to-face conversation, what are the usual objections that a prospect might have to what is in your sales message? It's too expensive, I don't have the time, this isn't right for me. Just get down into it. And then how do you counter them? How do you quickly say, well, no, there's a payment plan, so it's not too expensive, and it's a lot cheaper than going along doing what you were doing anyway, because that's costing you a lot of money. It's very, very easy. You don't need a college education. In fact, you don't need to understand anything at all about anything. You don't need to understand code or technology or anything. All of that's done for you. Just what are the ways that you counter the objections? Line all that up, because sometimes the hook will be in this particular area. Now, do not expect logic or rational thought in your reader. One of the worst kind of hooks that people come up with are totally logical and rational hooks. But you have to understand that the average reader is only looking to reinforce his already existing belief systems. And a lot of people think, I never buy from ads. I've encountered this with a number of friends and colleagues in other businesses where they say, well, I don't buy from ads myself, and I will look around their house and it's full of tchotchkes and stuff that they bought from direct response ads, either on late night television infomercials, or they buy from print ads, or they respond to banner ads. So in their belief system, they don't believe they've ever bought from an ad, when in fact almost everything they own has been triggered by seeing some kind of advertising or some message given to them. So this kind of disconnect is what you're dealing with. So be thinking about this. And you definitely want to identify power words and key phrases as you edit your hooks. One word can dramatically change everything. And you have the power words report, so referring to that is often a good way to get your mind working on different words to use, and I'll identify some of the words in the coming examples, which we're almost into. And again, understand how to swipe good hooks. It requires a deft touch. One of the ads I'm going to show you is a very famous and notorious one that I wrote early on for my golf client, which was about a one-legged golfer, and I'll show you that ad in a minute. But I kept seeing a lot of people trying to rip that ad, and they came up with the one-legged accountant, which doesn't work because a one-legged golfer is one of those, what? How does a guy golf if he's only got one leg? A one-legged accountant, it doesn't affect the job, so there's no connection there. There's no incongruous juxtaposition there. So you got to be aware of what matters, what gives that wow response, and what is just a yeah, so what kind of thing. So positioning matters.